What's up, YouTube? Welcome to the Bill Paying Hobbyists. I'm Michael. Behind the camera is Ellie. So today, I finally get to make something that I need for a change in my shop. Let me show you what I got. Let's go over here. Okay, currently this is how I hang my clamps. I got my 12-inch ones here, 6-inch ones here, and my 3-foot ones here. It's not very smart because they fall down a lot. So today I get to make a new holder for my clamps. So I get to make a mess and I get to use my table saw and my sled. Let's get to it. I'm going to make it out of this 3/4 inch piece of plywood that I got from an old cabinet that we had in storage for shelving. The cabinet was destroyed, but the shelves were still pretty good. So I got to use this, and I'm going to rip some 3-inch pieces. I'm going to make 2 shelves. I only need one to fit all 12 clamps on one, but I'm going to make another one in case I get more clamps. So I have it already made. So I'm going to cut 3 pieces. I'm going to cut 3 pieces at 3 inches, and then I'll cut 2 more at 1.5 inches. I'll show you why when I'm done. All right, so now I have these cut. I don't need my fence anymore. So basically, very simple. I'm going to go just like that, and then this will be the rack to hold. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make slots so that these can slide in like this. They'll slide in just like that, and then just hang. But the reason I cut 3 is so that I can cut little diagonals. So when this is sitting on here, I can cut something that goes here to help hold this corner together, and it gives it some support because it's going to be a lot of weight, and screws here aren't going to be enough. So my slots are going to be 5/16 of an inch wide, so it'll take a couple passes with my saw. That's why I'm going to use my sled, and I'm going to start 1 inch in, make the slot, and then it's going to be 1.25 inches apart all the way through, and then I'll get me at about, when they're all done, I think about a 15 and a 16th inch long. If I had double-sided tape, I could do them both together so they wouldn't slide. I don't have that, and I'm not going to glue them together, so I'm going to have to do them one at a time. These I don't need. But before I do, I'm also going to add a little safety measure, and I'm going to have this at the front. Just a little piece of furring strip so that when I put these on, it'll have a little notch to keep it from sliding out as well. So you have to pick them up and let them slide back. Just something a little extra I wanted to do to it. So I'm going to lay out my cuts, put this on there, and then I know where to nail this on so that I don't cut it with my saw blade. Well, let's come in so you can see what I'm doing. All right, so I'm going to come in 1 inch. And this will be my first clamp here. That's 1 inch, that's one side. Now I'm going to go 1.25 inches. That's the left of each notch. For me, that's the left. 1.25 inches. That's 1. No, that's 1. That's 2. 12. All right. So now I want to go 5/16 from each one of these for the right side. So 5/16. And then I want 1 more inch, so it's 16 and a 16th. So this is the end right there. And let's go over a little something here real quick in case you don't know. This will always be 0. This right here is 1, then 2. Each one of these marks is a 1/16 of an inch. So there's 16 of them in 1 inch. These little bitty marks. The second longest mark is 1/8 of an inch. So then that's 1/8 of an inch, 1/8 of an inch, 1/8 of an inch, 1/8 of an inch. From 1 to here is 1/8 of an inch. From here to here is 1/8 of an inch. From here to here is 1/8 of an inch. Now, the next largest line, longest line, is 1/4. So from 1 to here is 1/4. From here to here is 1/4. 1/4. From here to the next longest line is 1/2 inch. If I want to go 3/8, I go 1, 2, 3. If I want to go 1/2 inch, I go here. Well, this technically it's 1 1/2. If I want to go 3/4, I go, if I go 1 3/4, this is 1 inch, 1 1/4, 1 1/2, 1 3/4. That's 7/8 of an inch. So if I'm doing a 5/16 notch, I have 5 of these little lines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or to make it easier and faster, 5/16, 1/4 of an inch is 4/16 because there are 16 of them. A quarter of 16 is 4. So if I want to do it faster, I know that this is a quarter of an inch, and I add one more for the 16th. That's 5/16. So in case you didn't know how to read a tape measure, now you have a little bit of knowledge. And if you have more questions, hit me up in the comments. All right, now that I have my marks, I'm going to put my boards together so I can transfer my marks. And that X means I'm cutting it out. So now I need to cut all of these the same length, and I also need to cut this the same length. I marked them out where I want the notches cut. I'm going to set my blade at 2 inches because I want to make this notch 2 inches deep. So these are done, ready to go. Now I want to cut my angle pieces that are going to go on the end here. So they're going to be 3 inches, and I'll go 45 back. All right. I'm going to use my compound miter saw for that, make it nice and easy, and I need 4 of them. Now I'm going to pre-drill. All right, so this is where I used to have them. So I'm going to take this down. See, now that I have that extra hanger on these, I can put this way up here where I have a support. And actually put 2-foot clamps right there. So as I get more clamps, I have more room. All right, it's time for numbers. Now for tools and supplies, we used about 30 cents worth of screws, nails, and glue. For my tools, I'm not gonna count that. I mean, well, okay, we'll count it. Power and the wear on my tools, let's say we round it up to $10. So a total cost of $10 because time and material, I don't count my time. We're the Bill Paying Hobbyists. We're doing hobbies and we're having fun. Material, I had the plywood laying around, so it was free. I looked on Rockler and they have one that'll hold 15 clamps and it's $28. So I saved myself 18 bucks by making it myself. I got it the length I want, I got it put where I want, and it fits perfectly for what I needed. We hope you enjoyed it. If you have any suggestions, if you have anything you want to see, anything you want to say, please put it in the comments. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And we'll see you on the next one.